Superintendent Lynch announces his retirement. Athletes are recognized at Winter Sports Awards Night. And we give you all the info you need before signing up for advanced placement classes. This is MET News. Hi, and welcome to MET News. I'm Colin Roque. Let's get right into the lead. At the end of the 2021-2022 school year, our Superintendent Brian Lynch will be retiring from his position after 7 years of great dedication to Middleborough Public Schools. Here's Ari Dupuy with more.
Brian Lynch has been Middleborough Public Schools superintendent for many years now. He has improved the education of many students. We wanted to highlight all his hard work and dedication he has given to Middleborough Public Schools.
Dear Mr. Young, I write to you today to notify you and the school committee of my intent to resign from the position of Superintendent of Schools effective June 30th, 2022. This is being done for the purposes of retirement.
I think about, when I think about the Middleborough Public School System and leaving this system, and I think about what I'm going to miss the most, I think it's going to be the relationships I've built, and the relationships I've formed, and the people I've got to work with very closely, starting with the school committee, and working with the administrative team and all the faculty and staff, and getting to know a lot of students through the years.
So how will the retirement of Mr. Lynch have an impact on Middleborough Public Schools? I think I can say with certainty it will be a huge impact on our whole school community. Mr. Lynch is a product of Middleborough. He grew up in Middleborough, graduated from Middleborough, and that I always admired how he came home to Middleborough.
Well, I think Superintendent Lynch and superintendents of any school district are kind of holding the wheel of the bus, and I think it will have tremendous impacts to our school system.
I think my proudest moment while being superintendent of schools was the vote that approved this school when the town, by a 2/3 majority, supported the building of this school, and subsequent to that would be putting shovels in the ground on the day we had groundbreaking, and then when we brought students in for the first time.
Well, first and foremost, we'll have to find a new superintendent, and whoever takes his position will have big shoes to fill, literally and figuratively. Brian's been here for a while and done a lot for our community and our school system.
The greatest influence is that last note, the students of this Middleborough Public Schools, because if you're not in it for them, if you're not in it for the students, then you might as well not be the superintendent of schools.
I think Mr. Lynch's greatest impact he will make on this community is really the concept and the love of Middleborough. I think very rare do you have a superintendent who is a product of the school system, who his father was the superintendent. And I think that he has such a love for the orange and the black, and making sure the fact that every kid in this school district knows what it is, what it means to be from this town. And I think that alone is going to be the greatest impact, I think, because he has instilled a pride in this community, and really revived a pride in this community.
And I had one young lady stand up to me and say, when you choose a superintendent, please choose someone who wants to be a superintendent in Middleborough and doesn't just want to be a superintendent. I've never forgotten that conversation, and I've always maintained we found that person.
I've been in the public school business for 39 years now, and I've worked with a tremendous amount of people. But before I thank all those people, I think I need to thank my family. First of all, the family I grew up in, which was a family of educators that inspired me to go into education. And after that, and perhaps more importantly, I think more importantly, is my wife Kathleen and my own 4 daughters who inspire me every day to come to work and do what I do in the town I grew up in. And that's the reason I'm here. It was because my family inspired me to do so.
To many years of improvement, devotion, and education, we as a community wanted to thank Mr. Lynch for all of his hard work. We wanted to wish him good luck on all of his future endeavors.
On March 10th, the school committee unanimously voted to hire Karen Lyons as the next superintendent of Middleborough Public Schools. Congratulations, Mrs. Lyons. We will be right back with My MET, but first, here's sports with Jake Wood.
Thanks, Colin. Before the winter sports season coming to an end, the Middleborough Sachems hockey played East Bridgewater on February 9 with a final score of 2-2. Here are some highlights from the game. Annual Winter Sports Awards night took place on Thursday, March 10 in the auditorium. This was an opportunity for all winter athletes to be recognized for their hard work this season. Here's more from the Winter Sports Night.
MVP, I have two, but I don't have the other plaque. Caitlin Mjorner.
Most valuable wrestler, Matthew Patterson. Most valuable cheerleader, Ava Morris. Okay, girls, Roderick. Our Hustle and Grit Award goes to Shauna Gallagher. Of the year, also on that 4x4 team and national championship qualifier, Lecan Sotonwa.
Didn't always show up in the box scores, but he's our team MVP. Cam Downing.
Team awards, we have the Rookie of the Year, Sam Steinman.
Is Luke Frady. Award goes to Madison Ryder.
Last part of the awards portion of tonight is our South Shore League All-Stars. Angel Figueroa.
boys swimming and diving all-stars. Girls basketball South Shore League all-stars.
Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3.
On Sunday, March 13th, the Middleborough Majorettes had another successful competition held at MHS. The Novice class placed second, Class B placed first, and Open class placed first as well. Good job to everyone. The competition continues this Sunday, March 20th at Apponequet High School, starting at 12:55 p.m. Spring sports are almost underway. The team practices begin on March 21st, with the first game starting on March 28th. On March 28th, varsity girls softball kick off their season with a game against Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School. Boys baseball, both JV and varsity, also start their season on the 28th with a game against Duxbury High School. The games are at our home fields and they all start at 4 o'clock. On March 29th, varsity girls softball have a game versus Apponequet Regional High School. On March 31st, varsity boys and girls tennis have their first game at Whitman-Hanson Regional High School. JV and varsity baseball have a game at Apponequet Regional High School. The JV and varsity softball team also have a game at Whitman-Hanson Regional High School. All games start at 4 o'clock. On April 1st at 4 o'clock, the varsity boys and girls tennis teams both face off against Plymouth South High School at Plymouth South. The boys varsity lacrosse start their season with a game against Rockland High School. The girls varsity lacrosse also start off their season with a game against Rockland High School at Rockland. JV and varsity girls softball have home games against Sandwich High School. At 5:15, the JV boys and girls lacrosse teams have games versus Rockland High School, with the girls game at Rockland. We are looking forward to a great spring sports season. We'll be right back after this short commercial for the MHS musical, Mamma Mia.
Have you ever considered taking an advanced placement class but got discouraged from hearing that the workload was a lot or that the pacing was too fast? Reporter Gavin Fritz has interviewed some students and teachers to get their opinions on AP classes. Let's take a look.
AP classes are often looked upon as stressful, difficult, or even impossible. But what I learned from the students and teachers who are involved with AP classes is far from the truth. In this report, we will be getting the opinions from students who are taking the AP classes and teachers who host the AP classes to see what AP classes are really all about.
For any student that's taking an AP class, I would just say that you need to be an independent learner. You need to be prepared to handle a little bit more of a workload and just be ready to be able to do a lot of outside stuff on your own and come to class prepared.
I would recommend other people to take an AP class because based off the human geography this year, I didn't think it was extremely difficult or anything, and I feel like most people could handle the work in that class because it's not too difficult and it gives you more credits and everything like that.
It's like really exaggerated, honestly. They move quick and they are challenging, but people make it seem like they're a lot more harder than they actually are.
I definitely recommend other students to take AP if there's a certain subject that you're interested in. For me, I really like science, so last year I took chemistry and I really liked it even though it was hard.
It's a lot of fun and it's a good experience for taking a higher level class.
I would recommend other students to take AP classes. First, it gets you started for college, and I think it's just a good experience getting to know new people and meeting teachers.
It's fun. Give yourself the opportunity, stretch yourself, get the extra help if you need it, try it.
After hearing from students and teachers who have taken an AP class, hopefully now you know what to expect about an AP class. Now is your time to consider taking an AP class. This is Gavin Fritz for MET News.
Congratulations to the MHS students who were inducted into the National Honor Society. 61 members were inducted on March 8th in the Wayne Caron Auditorium. Members of the National Honor Society are required to have a minimum GPA of 3.85, as well as a commitment to service in the community. Watch as the entire NHS induction ceremony on MAT. On March 12th, Dodge for a Cause was held in the MHS Gymnasium. This event helped raise money for the Child Mind Institute. Let's take a look at some clips from the game. Thanks for joining us for this episode of MET News. I'm Colin Roque, and have a great night.